The lesson in shame continues. Um, my hair looks like the way it always looks, but I'm vlogging because I quit my job so I can speak freely now. I like to take a little bit of an edible every once in a while. Let's not fucking lie. I like to take edibles, okay? Who cares? But the reason why I say a little bit, I feel the need to defend myself, is because I take like tiny amounts. It's like a microdose, mind you. Like, no pasa nada. Like, literally, no pasa nada, you guys. But you know what I love? Is because, like, earlier today, I posted my shit on Instagram or whatever, because we're moving on up, guys. You're either tuned in or you're not. And I don't need to say it, but just know, just fucking know. Y'all that are watching and that are supporting me and that are paying attention and are giving me my flowers, I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember that because I'm a Taurus. I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember this shit. When I make it big, ooh, y'all are gonna be mad. Y'all are gonna be mad to the people that didn't watch it right away, that did not tune in, did not support. I fucking clocked that tea. Okay, shit has already started to happen. If you know, you know. If it has already affected you, if you have been affected by this miscellaneous retrograde, whatever the fuck. I know that sounds really arrogant, but I'm speaking candidly. It just is the truth. When I make it big and then I look back and I'm like, no, or not even then, because honestly, like how I said, it's already happening now, where I'm like, I can pay attention. I pay attention. I know what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? Like I said, I clock T. I'm so over it. I'm so over the bullshit. I'm so over like the fucking games and like all that stuff. Like if you're playing a fucking game with me, I'm not fucking playing. Okay, enough is enough. And you might wonder how this all came to be. It's just because when you've been disrespected for a long time, when you don't know what you deserve, but then finally you understand what you do deserve, it's like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. You know what I mean? Mind you, I really need to do my nails. Maybe I should do my nails on camera. And then maybe I'll do them good, you know what I mean? Because, like, I suck. Well, mind you, they're press-ons, but, like, you know, it's a whole thing. Anyways, so I guess that needed to come out. Why did I initially start vlogging? I forgot what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about the experience. Well, what was I doing? It's because right now, honestly, to be really honest, after that, I went on my Instagram. I'm not even done yet. I was going through all of my posts. Oh, that's what it was. Oh, yeah. Because you know how, okay, this is like kind of nuts. Because this is like, you know what I mean? Well, I'm going to have a vlog that's not going to come out until like later. So it's not going to come out till later. So I'm talking about specific things. So I need to be very careful about the way that I word this. But let's just say that having this YouTube channel, I am seeing myself in a different way, in a different light. It started off with like me doing this just like in person, of just like how I've been telling my friends. Like I would just go out alone by myself because I don't give a fuck anymore. Like I just, obviously I don't. And this goes back to like because right now, earlier, honestly, I watched like a majority of the video where I'm talking about like, you know, I'm talking about the guys that I dated in my sex life and all that stuff. I love that vlog so much because I'm like, oh, I always wanted to say this. Like it's like the shit that I would talk about with my friends, and I'm like, I just needed to put it out there, and I can't wait for the guys to watch it. I can't wait to see what happens from that. You know what I mean? But with that, what was I gonna say? Well, why did I bring that up? I don't know. Because you know how, like, that's kind of what we all do, is that we go and we look at our own Instagrams and stuff, and you just, like, you know, you're like, how am I being perceived or whatever. I haven't really, like, done that in a minute. Like, I haven't cared in a minute. Well, like, that's not true, because, like, I did go back, and when I was looking at it again, I'm like, oh, that's why I cleaned up my Instagram. I'm like, I guess that's why I cleaned it up, because, like, I cleaned it up, like, months ago, but this was, like, when I was, like, dating all these guys and stuff, so, like, I don't really like having the hoes on Instagram because it's like I just don't want to. It's like I don't want to see you every day. I don't want to see all your shit. Like honestly, I do. I'd rather just date you and then like, you know, whatever. But during this time, I just like I don't know. I just had this feeling. I'm like I feel like I need to like you know just so that like when I do add somebody, I'm like I don't have to like fucking worry about it. You know what I mean? So I'm like going through it now because I'm like it's been a fucking minute. And I'm like starting from the bottom all the way to the top, and I'm still not done. But I'm looking at this picture of myself. It's the one from like 2023 or whatever, 2004. Maybe it's 2024. I don't know. I'm trying to understand 444. I'm trying to understand like the years of my life because like I guess I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to go back and like process more things because I'm like I thought it was done, but there's so much to process. But anyways, I'm looking at this picture and I'm trying to I'm trying to see myself from like a different lens, because sometimes when I'm going through the pictures, I'm like, I still think I look ugly, or I still think I look fat. That's the thing, that's the problem, is that I'm like, I still feel like I look fat, and I'm like, why am I thinking that? Like, why am I still holding on to this idea of myself? Because I'm like, I'm not fat, and I never like. Oh, that's another thing that needs to come out. Like this burp, excuse me, mind you, is that earlier today when I was talking to Finks, I Finky. Y'all know her as Finky. But that's my best friend, Gianna. That's my best fucking friend, Gianna. You guys, it's just so fucking nuts. Okay, I've talked a lot about Socorro, but I need to talk about Finky. Finky, I'm gonna give you your fucking flowers on YouTube right now. Socorro, your time is coming. Mind you. Your time is coming. Mind you. So many things. Hold on. Bingo and bango, okay? You know what that means. Bingo and bango. But just real quick, Finks. Because, like, that girl, I kind of told her earlier today when we were on the phone call. But I was like, girl, like, how do I start? How do I start this? Because, like, part of me always wants to hold on, like I said, hold back, like I said in my orgasm, about my orgasms in the orgasm video, whatever. It's because, you know what I mean, it'll just make it easier to say that. But like when I'm talking about like holding back or whatever, part of me wants to hold back because I'm like, I need to give this speech at her wedding. Like that's just like, I'm always like thinking about sentimental stuff like that. Like I said, soy sentimental as fuck. But like you can't do that. You can't hold back. You gotta like say the fucking truth. So I'm gonna practice. Lesson in shame, lesson in love is that you do need to like say that shit out loud, and I do it all the time anyway, so like why can I not do it now? So it's because I don't want to get distracted. Let's get back to the point of that picture of me, okay? You guys remind me because I want to go back to that point. But what I really want to do is say that, well, how did I start this? Because what was I gonna start saying about things? Just that she heard me today. She always does, you know what I mean? Like, that's why, it's because that's how it started. That was the thing that I told her, is that when I felt like I was losing my fucking mind in February, I've, like, alluded to it in the past, but, like, I always talk about how, like, the Epstein files, when that shit came out, which, by the way, earlier today, when I was in the pool, I had this thought, and I was like, well, I've had so many thoughts about it, obviously, that's why I keep bringing it up. But I'm like, that was like, people were saying it. It was spiritual warfare. I'm not fucking kidding. It really is spiritual warfare because it does some shit to your mind. If you're a spiritual person, if you're an intuitive person, if you're a woman, if you're a human being, if you're a human fucking being with a heart, which like all of us are, that shit was fucking hard. It was meant to like fucking break you. It almost fucking broke me, but it didn't. But then there's another moment where I'm like saying this thing. What was the thing that I was... There was another thought that I had about it. It's because I've been having so many thoughts about men and women. I'll continue to share them. But like what was the other thought that I had about that? I don't know. It's because like so like that's happening in like the beginning of the year. I always say February and March I lost my mind because like Pisces season I really lose my goddamn mind. But then also at this time I'm thinking I'm in love. Or like I'm not using the term love at this time. I'm just like I'm down bad. Like, what's happening at this time? At this time, I'm starting to process. I'm starting to process all that happened to me from when I had sex for... So, like, I guess I kind of need to clarify. I kind of don't. I would rather not. No, it's la gran cosa, you know what I mean? Because you know how I say that, like, when I mention, like, a name or whatever, I'm like, oh, it's my first time having sex, but then later I'm, like, talking about how, like, I had sex before in 2020. It's because, you guys, I really do need to say this. In 2020, I had sex for the first time right before the pandemic. Like, mind you, right before the pandemic affected me. Because, like, I had to go home, or I had to start working from home, like, March 17th. I do remember the day, because I think it was, like, March 17th or something like that. It starts off with the 2 weeks, right? But anyways, like literally like a week or two before, literally, I have sex for the first time. I have sex for the first time with a guy. I don't want to get into it. This one I just don't. I mean, do I want to talk about it? I kind of don't. I don't know why, but I kind of don't, because I already talked about like the other stuff. But anyways, I do. That happens, right? And the pandemic happens like right after, and I'm like, holy shit, like, you know, like so much. We'll get into it. I want to get back to my original point, but like, yeah, the pandemic is happening or whatever. Anyways, what was my point with that? Fuck, now I'm really losing it. It's the weed. The starfish are also really distracting me because, like, you know, the Apple TV, how it like does a thing, and then there's like starfish, and I'm like, wait, because then I see like the picture of like Chile, and I'm like, wait, you know what I mean? And then there's other pictures of the Earth, and I'm like, is that really the Earth? I'm like, damn, that's crazy work. I'm like, gotta see it for myself. You know what I mean? Imagine seeing it from space. That scares me. Okay, let's get back to the point. So we moved to LA. I can't help myself, I have to say it. But what was my original point? Oh, Finky. Oh, my picture on Instagram. No, it's because, okay, yeah, my point was that in February, when I was losing my fucking mind, I was going through like a lot of stuff, like alone. That's why it was so hard, because I was processing a lot of stuff. I was processing like me having sex with Aneem. Yeah, I guess I'm not gonna. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like clarifying. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm having, or like after, because that to me like really counted. For whatever reason, I just didn't really want to count the first time. I didn't. Even though like it was sex, but it also wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't. You know what I mean? I don't know, and I really don't care. So yeah, anyways, to me, Aneem was like really my first. Truly, he was. To me, that's my first. That's crazy to say. That makes my stomach hurt. It does. But anyways, yeah, that I consider that my first. So yeah, in February, I'm losing my mind. I'm processing a lot of stuff. I'm like feeling all these feelings. I don't know how to like make sense of them. And I don't think I'm in love until I meet up with my coworker Paisley. You know what I mean? And then bingo and bango, we have a conversation, and she tells me this thing, because we're sharing our birth charts, and I tell her that I'm a Gemini Venus, and she's like, oh, so she's like, you're really crazy in love then. And I was like, oh, because I was telling her about Aneem, because I'm like, something's going on. Like, I was just being really honest. I needed someone to hear me at that time. And like, I met up with her, and I was like, here's the shit that's going on. Because we met up downtown, mind you. We met up for dinner. And because we're downtown, I'm like, here's this thing about this guy. Like, I have this guy on my mind, like, heavy. I need to talk about this. And like, I had kind of talked about it, but then I also like kind of did it with my friends. It was like a whole thing, you know, because like I feel some type of like way about it. And I had never been this girl that like dated before. Well, like, obviously, like how I said, I'm like dating, but like this is still, for whatever reason, I'm like kind of keeping it to myself, but I'm also like talking about it a lot. It's so many things. I just didn't see myself as this girl that was desirable because I had never had a boyfriend. So it was like, I'm not this girl. You know what I mean? And I also just don't like believe what's going on. I like doubt it. It's all of these things. Anyways, I have dinner with Paisley, and I'm telling her the truth about what's going on with me, and how I'm thinking a lot about Aneem, and I'm downtown, and I'm like, you know, to be honest, like, because it's the shit that you don't want to say. But I'm like, I'm really hoping that I see him right now. I'm like, I'm hoping I run into him. I'm hoping that he walks into this restaurant. I'm hoping that when I'm walking around downtown, it was like so many things, because like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why there was something there. Like, it's not love, but it's like, there's like this attachment. There's just this attachment. You know, when having had sex with someone, there just is. There's an attachment. And like, I was losing my goddamn mind. And it wasn't until I talked to Finky that she was like, you know what I mean? Like, I needed Paisley, first of all, because I was doing shit at work at this time. And Paisley was like, you're acting like a white woman. And I was like, oh, I needed to hear that really bad. That got me, like, that fucking got me. You know what I mean? Because I was like, what? I was like, that needs to not happen. I was like, holy shit, I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I guess it needs to be said. How do I explain this? And I kind of don't feel like doing it. I don't know. You either get it or you don't. Sorry. But she told me that, and I was like, okay, I need to quit the shit. I needed to quit the shit. Yeah, that's what it was. So I quit the shit, and then, so like, that's like going on at work. It's a lot of stuff at work. And then like with Finky, I'm telling her how like down bad I am about this guy. And she's like, you need to stop. Like, this is like, you know what I mean? She's like, it's like this thing where it's like, it's just out of hand. It's out of hand how much I'm like really thinking about him, and just like this like lust. And it's like so many things, right? Because it's my first time like really fucking, like how I said, you know, obviously I'm like making light of it, and I'm like making a joke. in the previous vlog about when I'm like talking about him and stuff, but because like that's how I felt and it's like the truth, it's fun. But the dark side of it is of like the lust is that like it's really intense, it's palpable, it does take over you, it's like demonic. Some could say it's like demonic because it's like a lot, it's like all I could think about. You know what I mean? So anyways, yeah, let's fast forward to that okay, like how I said, Finky is a real fucking one, and she was like, we got even closer, even though I've been best friends with her for years, since college, literally. We got even closer during this time because I was like, damn, in my darkest fucking hour, Finky is there. I need some water. But like seriously, she was there and I was like, that shit means a lot to me. Like I will never forget that because like I was losing my fucking mind. And at that moment, she was the light at the end of the tunnel for me, and that is the fucking truth. Finky, I love you. I love you down. I always say it, and I always have, and I always will. And same thing with my girl Socorro, because like those friends that you make, or whatever, because it doesn't matter. Because for me, my best friends were in college. And I always knew. I always fucking knew. So that's like another thing that I'm realizing as I'm like scrolling through my Instagram and looking at my stuff. I'm like, oh, it's so sad. Like I always like make sure to like appreciate those moments where I feel like really seen, when I feel really like supported by my family, because I'm like, this shit is so beautiful and it's kind of rare. It's kind of rare. So like I need to like, you know, I need to document it. I need to keep it. I need to cherish it. I need to hold it tight. I need to tell the people that I love them, because it's like I need to do that. So that happens. What happens? That post, or what was I trying to say? That thing with my girls. It's because I want to go back to that picture that I have on my Instagram about myself, because I want to tie it back to myself. Big surprise, but I do. I want to tie it back to that because it's this whole other thing. I'm looking at these pictures of myself. Well, it's very, very interesting. I'm looking at this one picture of myself. Well, like obviously I know I look good. Like that's why I posted it, like even like back in the day. But like even back then when I would post it, I would be like thinking like there's still like this sense of like I don't fully believe it. I don't fully believe it that I'm beautiful. But then I'm looking at it now. See, like right now, when I'm looking at this on the Apple TV, I'm like, that shit looks fake to me, dude. Like it scares me. It scares me, but I guess it's real. Or is it? I don't know, I can't fucking see anymore. Mind you. Anyways, so that scares me. I can see. It's just that like my vision. You know what I mean? Anyways, so I'm looking at the picture and I'm looking at like multiple like selfies of myself from like back in the day, and I'm like, holy shit. Like seriously, it like barely hit me. I was like, I was beautiful. I was like, wait, I've always been beautiful? Because I only feel like beautiful now. Now that I decided it, now that I let go of all the shame, now that I like just came into my own, I feel beautiful now. But then I look back at these pictures of myself and I was like, I was always beautiful. What the fuck? Like seriously, especially in like some selfies, I'm like, damn girl, I'm like, you were beautiful, you were gorge. Like people, like my friends, like I would look at that. I saw like comments, like a comment from Socorro where she called me gorgeous. She's like, you look so gorge. And I was like, oh my god, like my friends always saw me like that. I just never saw it myself. So then I didn't allow other people to see me this way because I just didn't see it. So it's like this crazy thing. And so I'm looking at that picture of myself from like, I'm at Postino's. I'm at the Postino's in Tempe. And I do think I look like beautiful. Like that's why I posted it, because I'm like, the lighting is really fucking good. Like I look great. That's what I thought. But every single time I look at this picture, what bothers me is my hair. Is that like I was like really sweaty. I was really hot. So then like there's like a part of my hair, because I straightened my hair in that picture. I straightened my hair. But there's a part of my hair that's like in its natural curly state, but it's like on the bottom. So to me it's like ugly. It's like this thing that's like ruining the photo. I also don't really like how my eyebrows look. Like I wish that I had like filled in my eyebrows just like a little bit more. I also feel like my double chin in the picture, like it's like all these little things. And I've always thought that since I posted it, but I posted it anyways because I'm like, I look great. So I'm like, I have to post it even though I feel some type of way about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I look back on this picture and I'm like, damn, like I look gorgeous. Because okay, how it starts is that I really zoom in and I'm like, why is it like that I'm like thinking I look gorge, but then I don't? I'm like, what is it that I don't like about myself? Like I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to clock T, because like I just can understand things in such a different way now that I'm on this journey, that I'm become myself, that I'm a creative, like all of the things right now, that I'm just YouTuber and I could just fully be myself. I'm like, what's the problem? I'm like, what's the problem? You know what I mean? I'm like zooming into myself. And it's just like this thing of like, yeah, huh, it was me. It was me the entire time that I was not thinking that I was like beautiful enough. But then it goes into like this whole other thing of like, it's like a confusion on there. I'm confused because I'm like, how come like people didn't tell me? How, like that's kind of, to be completely honest, that's kind of where what I feel. Well, I'm like, I feel like nobody ever told me. That's how I feel. I'm like, nobody ever said anything. Like nobody ever made it known. And I'm like, that is so bizarre. It's very bizarre to me because I'm like, I just feel like nobody ever told me. And I think for me, that's why I was always someone that was always like going out of my way to like tell people that, of like, you know, give people their flowers, tell them like the little things, tell them how good they look, like just stuff like that. That's the Libra in me, I think. But it's just like, oh, yeah, that's why it's like a click. I'm like, that's why I always do that, because people don't. They don't go out of their way to tell me. I know that's crazy to say. I know that's crazy to hear. Maybe you're thinking that's crazy to hear, but it's true. People don't. But then also it is an energy thing, because like there are times in my history, in my past, in my life, when people did say things to me and I would, you know, rechazar. Like I would like be like, no. Like I know that I was doing that. People watching this are like, what the, you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, like I was of that energy. I didn't want to hear it. I felt like nobody was telling me, but on the other side of it, I also didn't want to hear it because I didn't believe it. So now that I believe it, I'm like, I get it. You know, I do get it. But it is also a thing with like the girlies, or like at least it's just like this thing. How do I say this? I just think that's why I've been saying a lot of stuff, because at the end of the day, everything that I'm saying, it's all a moot point, girl. Like, and this is to the girlies. If you're trying to like find your self-confidence, if you're trying to find yourself, if you're trying to be real, if you're trying to be true to yourself, if you're trying to be real, me repeating myself, but if you're trying to be yourself, if you haven't found yourself yet, well, first of all, your journey is going to be different. Your journey is going to look completely different because I don't know you. I don't know your life. You know what I mean? But you do have to know that it's like this whole thing of like, it starts like in yourself. It just does. It has to. It has to start within yourself. You have to be the one to make that first decision of like, damn, I'm hot shit. Damn, I'm that bitch. Damn, like I look fucking good. Like, oh my God, I'm gorgeous. Oh my God, I'm beautiful. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I look so good right now. It's like so many things. Like, you have to be the one to decide that first. And then little things happen. It starts little by little, because you don't want to freak yourself out. So it's like little things happen here, little things happen there. You go on this date, you meet this man, you go, you know, you have whatever boyfriends, like all this stuff. For me, it was like all of these dates, these guys that I met, these experiences, and then going out into the world by myself, just going out alone, and like just being alone out in the world, doing the shit literally that I wanted to do with these guys that I dated. I wanted them to be my boyfriends. I wanted to date them. I wanted to go on these dates, and they never took me on these dates. So I was like, I'm gonna do it myself. Like, for example, I always knew that I was gonna bring this up when I went to I forgot the name of the place, but I'm gonna link it in the description because I really don't remember what it's called. But it's like it's a Jewish restaurant, okay, mind you. So you know how I always bring up that I always knew I was gonna date a Jew. I just like, okay, mind you, right now, where's my book? Oh, it's in my bag. I am gonna talk about this fucking book. It's fucking time. It is time, mind you. Okay, so when I was in 8th grade, social studies class, or mind you, it's in 8th grade when we learn about the Holocaust, right? I'm just gonna leave this right here. That we learn about World War II. I need to be serious, so I'm trying to clock in and like say this correctly. I don't want disrespect. It's World War II. I'm being real serious, mind you. I'm really trying to be respectful. Are you guys proud? No, seriously, I'm trying to be respectful. But anyways, let's relax, because otherwise I can't do it. It's World War II. Sorry. And it's 8th grade, and I'm learning about this shit, and it hits me in the fucking soul. It does, because I'm like, whoa. You know what I mean? It does something to me. It changes my life. It does. Because I'm like, that's a lot of pain, that's a lot of hurt. I don't know, I just really resonate with it for whatever reason. I have a fucking heart. What do you want me to do? I just really like it. I do really like history, okay? But then you get to high school, and then shit turns into like fucking boring shit. Like, oh my God, it was so boring. Sorry, American history is really fucking boring. My God, I've always felt that. I've always known that. But it's really boring, and it's really annoying. Back to the point. 8th grade. So we're doing world history, right? And we learn about World War II. We learn about the Holocaust. It's time to do a book report. God, I loved book reports. That's the shit that's wrong with today. And I know this because when I would be asking my nephew, I'm like, do you have homework? I'm like, what's your homework? Where are your projects? Where are your presentations? Where's your book report? Like, why the fuck are you not doing homework? That is the problem. Homework is fun. Oh my gosh. I guess I'm a fucking nerd. But like, seriously, it was fun. It was fun for me. When you're someone that like you look forward to school and you love learning, that shit is fucking fun. Anyways, mind you, it's time to do a book report for Mrs. Andrews. Hey girl, I also stayed in contact with you on Facebook. I don't remember your first name at the moment. I'm trying to think of it. Maybe you don't want me to say it. I'll find you. And I will try to find you. I don't know if I can, but I will try my best. I will try to get this to you. I hope you see this. I loved your class. I really did. That's what I also loved, is that she was so fucking real. And I was like, that's a real ass bitch. You know what I mean? I loved her. And she was so cool. I really did love her because she also was the one that taught me about the witching hour, which Finky mentioned earlier today. And then she also like, but you know how like she told me the story one time about, it's because we were talking, you know, we were kikiing, we were talking like girls, and we were talking about, we were talking about that movie, The Exorcist, and I was telling her how my dad had seen it, and he was like really freaked the fuck out about it. And I don't remember, but she says that like after she saw it, she kept like waking up at like 3 a.m. at like the same time, and she was like fucking spooked, and I was like, oh my god, it's terrifying. And she's the one that told me that like 3 o'clock is the witching hour and all that stuff. Anyways, so we moved to LA. I buy this, here's a story with this book. I choose this book. I don't know how, but I do. I don't know how. I like heard about it. My teacher told me, or something happens where like, I don't know, I'm doing my research about books about the Holocaust. Cause I'm like, if I'm going to do this project, like I'm going to learn something fucking good. You know what I mean? Like that's just so me. I have good taste. What can I say? So like I take it seriously. I'm making the most out of it. And I'm like, it's going to be something I really fucking care about. So I don't know how, but I come across this book and I tell my dad because I'm really fucking geeked and I know that he's going to support this. Mind you, I was just saying that I'm not being supported, but my dad was there in the sense because I'm like, I know that he will buy me this book if I tell him what's going on. Because like I really need like instead of even going to the library, because I was like, I need to keep it. I need to own it. I just knew it. And so I'm like, I tell him, I'm like, bah, I'm like, I'm doing this project. I'm doing this book report. Like, that's all you ever wanted from me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm fucking geeked. Like, can I, you know, I don't know how I say it, but I bring it up to him and I like tell him about this. And he's like, okay, like, I'll take you to Barnes and Noble, so that you could buy this book. And I was like, bingo and bango. You know what I mean? Cause like, I didn't ask for much, mind you. I didn't really like to ask for things. You know what I mean? But I was like, I just need this book. He takes me to Barnes and Noble. We buy this book. Oh, I hope this is my original. It is. You guys, I had lost my original. I had lost my books in a move. During one of my moves. I lost it for years. Anyways, that's a whole other story. I'll get back to it. But I lost I lost the book, I thought, but I found it again. Okay, that's the story to hurry it up. But yeah, literally, this is my book from like 8th grade. I loved it so much, and I would write that shit in my books because I love my books. Okay, so yeah, my dad buys me this book. I read this book, changes my life. Pausa, hidración, because I'm about to get into it and I really need water. Today's sponsor is Diet Coke. I am not a Diet Coke girly at all. I don't drink soda at all. But in the house at the moment, there is nothing else to drink but a Diet Coke. So, salud. Salud. Mind you, that's very chic. I've never done that before, but yeah, I don't love soda. Sorry guys, hate to say it, it's the truth. It's because you're gonna think I'm an uppity bitch if I say that, but it's the truth. Sorry, my family we don't drink soda like that, which is not Mexican as fuck at all, because like Mexicans love their Coca-Cola, like they love it. That my abuelita loves herself a little Coca-Cola, but I don't for whatever reason. What we did drink when I was younger was a little manzanita. I do love that soda, or like a Squirt, mind you, like a Sprite. But like, you know, only with like some carne asada. You know what I mean? A little hot Cheetos on the side, a little guac. And I don't really love guac, but you know, I'll dip into it. Mind you, we can get into my Mexicanness later. So we moved to LA. No. So I read this book. And mind you, it kind of fucks me up. I'm rereading it now. I just started it and I'm like, I'm gonna have to take my time. Cause like, it's kind of fucking me up. It's gonna fuck me up again. And I don't want it to fuck me up again. Maybe it won't. maybe it won't. I'm like really scared to read it again and to think it's gonna fuck me up. But I did it once. I could do it again. I read it when I was younger. It's like a whole thing. But yeah, I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, this shit is real. Okay, no, it's because like it's just so many things. And here's the thing that I loved. I need to say this because I just barely started rereading it again. Ooh, I'm getting cut off, so I don't know if I have much storage left to wrap everything up. I guess I'm gonna have to continue this later, even though I really don't want to. But this book, okay, I'll keep it brief. Maybe maybe I'm not meant to